So now we're going to look at setting up an index. I've gone and added, actually I've set up an index page on the back of my document, and even added it to my table of contents because I use the consistent heading. And scrolling up. So I'm just going to show you, the first thing you have to do, we're in the References tab. The first thing you have to do is actually define the things you want to index. So I'm just going to show you. So I've already marked the word bacon. And you see we've got this code here. That just, when you're indexing, that's going to show up in your document. It's not going to show up like when you export to Word or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. You can actually hide it by turning off this formatting key right here. But when you actually define index entries, Word will automatically turn it on. And I think it can actually be helpful, at least when you're first learning how to do an index and first learning how to mark things, just to have that turned on, to make it easy for yourself to see what's there. So, say we want to, so I've already just marked one so you can see what the code looks like on the screen. So say we want to set up some other headings. So we're going to go highlight what we want. Sorry, still getting used to this new tracking on my new computer. So we highlight what we want and we hit mark entry, or we can hit Alt-Shift-X. So pork. And I also want to create the sub-entry chop. So we want it on the current. We can have it on the current page. Actually, I'm not going to do the sub-entry just yet, but we want main entry to. Yeah, actually, we'll do chop. We have one on the current page. You can also set up a page range. You can, and then you hit mark, and as you can see, our code comes up. Now this end window is going to stay up, so you can sort of work on your screen and highlight other things and mark them. So I highlighted pork belly, clicked into the window. I want to do a cross-reference now, and I want to say see pork. Hit mark. And so, let's see. Now I want to go and highlight beef. Click back into it, beef. I'm going to mark that as a main entry. Now say I want to index ribeye as well and cross-reference that with beef. So cross-reference ribeye, see beef. Let's see. Say I want to do turkey. I'm going to do a sub-entry for turkey, and we're going to go with wing. So I've marked a bunch of things. I've actually only marked things on one page, but this is just to show you. So I've marked a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go to my index page. Insert index. Now there are different some different styles you can go with. Classic. We're going to go with the one from the template, so it'll be consistent. So now we have our index here, and you can see I've got bacon, beef, and I've got our cross-reference, so pork belly, see pork, ribeye, see beef, turkey. So you can see how this all is sort of automatically propagated. But again, so say, I do a draft and I put my index in, and then there are things I want to change later on. Well, what do I want to do? I'm going to just mark a few more things. So I'm going to mark a few more entries. So prosciutto really needs to be cross-referenced with pork. and ribs, I want to have their own entry. And I'm highlighting keywords. You don't necessarily just have to highlight keywords. You can highlight concepts too. So so here we're just sort of highlighting words. But say I had a chapter on so I say I'm writing a user guide and I want to index the page numbers on changing oil in a car because that's my user guide is on basic car maintenance. Then I would put that. You don't have to necessarily just do individual words. You can do whole concepts. But anyway, so I've added a few things I've marked a few more entries to my index. So what do? Go up to my index, click in it, update index. And now you can see my new cross-references and new entries have shown up. I genuinely like indexing, the automated index feature as a tool. I think it's very useful. Table of contents is fairly easy to do manually if you really prefer it that way. But building an index from scratch is much harder. So again, play around with it. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. But it's definitely worth at least being familiar with how this works. So again, let me know if you have any questions. You all are doing great. I'm really impressed with the homework that I've been seeing. So yeah, have another good